Juggling parenthood and a career can feel impossible, but what if you could do both from the comfort of your home? In this episode, we'll explore 4 flexible and profitable strategies that allow busy parents to generate income while staying present with their kids. Discover how you can create financial stability without sacrificing family time. See you on the other side. Do you feel that your kids are growing up so fast and you don't have time to be the parent you dreamed of being? Are you sick of the heartache you feel every time you have to leave them to go earn a living? Does debt and money stress keep you from being totally present with your family? Welcome to Daily Paid Blessings, the Parenting with a Passive Income podcast. We are Melanie and Lou, small town parents with a now empty nest, and we realized too late how fast our kids grew up and how little time we actually had with them. On this podcast, we are going to show you how to buy back your time with passive daily pay so that you can strengthen the family foundation and help your kids and your grandkids become powerful change agents. If you are ready to ditch the 9-to-5 grind, make more memories, and parent with a purpose, grab your picnic lunch and a blanket and let's dig in. Oh, and by the way, if you enjoyed this podcast, please share it with other parents who also want to know how to parent on purpose. She has made $100,000 in 7 months from her double-wide trailer in Wisconsin. And she says, her name is Jessica, and she said that she has lived her whole life paycheck to paycheck, always in debt, always robbing Peter to pay Paul. And she works full-time. She's a homeschooling mama. And she knew that they needed something different. Someone showed this to her, and she went, oh my goodness, if they can do it, I can do it. And so she has had dramatic success. And in fact, they are going on their very first vacation as a family without a credit card. She said she's never, ever done that. She's never, ever been able to travel knowing that the money was just in the bank account. And she's just super passionate about how she is impacting other people's lives and how it's changing her kids and her husband's life and their experience. So if you want to get the exact blueprint that she used to get that kind of success, just go to dailypaidblessings.com, drop in your email, and you'll get some videos, and you can see exactly how she did it. Hey friend, welcome back. We are going to dig into some flexible ways that you can actually make money from home. Now, I feel like I can talk about this because I have tried all of these, okay? I've actually tried all of these over the course of the years that, I've been thinking about this, because I remember when my kids were small, I never wanted to leave them. I never wanted to leave them in a daycare. I never wanted to have somebody else raise them. I wanted to be there for all the moments. But I also wanted to contribute to the family income, right? And so it just made sense to me. How do I do it from home? How do I make an income from home? And so my first kick at the can was network marketing. I had never, ever, ever heard of network marketing before this. But what I was doing is I was trying to find, this was the time when we had newspapers and you went through classified ads in the newspaper. And so at that time I was working as a vet assistant, a vet tech, at a busy vet clinic. And I was I had to drive an hour from where I lived to get to work. And so we were already starting to think about, having babies and how that was going to work. And so I was already looking up things in the classified newspaper section about what I could do from home. And back then, I won't tell you how many years ago that was, but there wasn't the same options that there is now. So I saw this ad in a newspaper that said, whatever, health products, blah, blah, blah. I forget how it went. So I phoned the number in the ad and I spoke to a beautiful lady and I ended up joining her team. And that was my very first attempt at network marketing. Now, okay, so network marketing is my first one that I'm going to talk about because that's where I started first. And so network marketing is a beautiful system. It absolutely is a beautiful system. And I believe that most of the most amazing products that we have come from network marketing companies because they are very concerned about customer service and about customers being happy, right? It's not just like you don't just walk into a store and buy the thing. You have to go through somebody to buy it. And anyway, so that whole form of income. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the pros and the cons from my perspective. Now, there's going to be tons of different opinions about this because people have different experiences. But from what I saw in that industry is that, so people come in through a person, typically, sometimes maybe now websites, but you usually need a rep, like some kind of somebody to get that product to you. And so that's all fine and good. That's awesome because then you have really good support. You know, you always have someone to call when you have issues or questions with the product, which is fantastic. The thing about building it as a business is that you can get a ton of training from your upline leaders because here's the thing, in order for them to be successful, they need you to be successful. Just like for you to be successful in the business, you have to help other people be successful. And that is, that's seen in a lot of different arenas in business, but especially network marketing, because the whole idea is that you build a network. You build a network of customers, loyal customers, you build a network of team builders, and that's how you make your money. So the beautiful things about that, like I said, are the training, lots and lots of training, lots of great support, usually fantastic products in most cases. But the cons to that are that it doesn't really give you your time back. In fact, the busier that I got in the network marketing businesses that I've tried, like the more successful I was, the busier I became, because you have a large network of people that need your time and attention. And so for me, it was never about getting my time back. It was about, man, this thing takes up a lot of time. That was one of the biggest things that I saw with network marketing. The other thing is that a lot of and this is going to go for a few things that I talk about. When you're building a business for somebody else, they get to change the rules and they get to shut things down when they choose to. And so the one company that I was with, they actually went from a network marketing type business model to only being online. So people lost huge incomes basically overnight because this company decided they no longer wanted to run that business model. So that is a huge risk inside of that company. And the other thing that's really kind of sad, which I didn't think was an issue at the time, but now that I know more, is that you don't make, like you might make, I'm trying to think, like some of the companies that I was with, you might make 20%, or, there's a whole different way that the compensation plan. So you don't just you do get paid on the product that you sell, but it's a small percentage. But you mostly get paid on the team that you build and the team that they build, right? And the customers that they have, like the volume. So this whole group, this whole thing moves in a volume type capacity, and you get paid on that volume in most cases. Again, some companies have different pay plans, and you would have to look at them all, compare a few to find out what's good, because there's some pay plans in network marketing that are way better than others. So you definitely want to look that out. But anyway, you make a small percentage, and you have to help a lot of these people. Now, the next one that I want to talk about is affiliate marketing, because I did this one as well. And I didn't know really what affiliate marketing was. I started studying because I really understood the power of being online, having a website, except now I've learned it's not even just a website, it's a funnel you need an automation. Anyway, so you want to, where was I going with that? Oh yeah. So I kind of stumbled on this as well, because as I was starting to understand the whole, being online and digital products and like all of this stuff and websites and emails and all this stuff, I started to hear about affiliates, and I'm like, what in the world is an affiliate? So an affiliate is similar to a network marketer, except not the same. An affiliate is you get paid a percentage of each sale that you make for that particular product or that company or whatever. And usually they can give you they'll give you the marketing materials in a lot of cases so that you can actually go market to the people that you know. So now the only way that you're going to make money with affiliate marketing is if you build up your circle of influence. So again, you're going to have to do something to build up your circle, right? Whether that's on social media, whether that's running ads, whether that's, whatever, however that goes. You have to build up a network so that you can share this link with other people, and then you make a small percentage of that sale. So again, fantastic, business model for someone that wants to just add it to the side. And don't get me wrong, there are affiliate marketers that make a ton of money. But again, you have to build your network. You have to have someone to sell that to. So there's lots of ways you could do affiliate marketing. And I believe that affiliate marketing is a beautiful thing to have running on the side. Like if you already have an email list, if you already have a YouTube channel or a podcast or whatever the case may be, if you already have that going, affiliate marketing is awesome. I definitely am an affiliate for certain products that I love and that I think everybody would benefit from. Absolutely. So that's number 2. I guess the cons that I was just going to tell you is that you don't typically make a lot per sale, and in fact, just the other day, actually this has happened to a couple businesses that I've been affiliates for. They decide to change the percentage, and the one company just changed it from 40 to 30. They actually went backwards with their payout of their percentage or percent payout. And I thought, wow, they're going down to 30%. And other things that I'm affiliate for, it's only going to be 25%. So again, it's not a huge money maker because you have to sell a lot of the one thing in order to make decent money, but still a very viable way to do it. The third one that I want to talk to you about is online jobs. Now there's all kinds of online jobs. I took some high ticket sales training courses, and I did high ticket sales, right? Like I was a salesperson for really high ticket coaching programs or things like that. Again, great, but a lot of those businesses, a lot of those jobs sometimes, depending on if you're a contractor or if you're actually employed, I was considered a contractor in the one sales job that I had. That means that I had to find the leads. I had to cold call. I had to do all the things. I had to find the leads. And then another sales job that I have, I was actually an employee. And so he provided the leads for me, and I just had to call them and close them. So again, you make a percentage of each one, each one of those sales. So typically in an online job, sales job is what I'm talking about. You get a percentage, right? You get a percentage of what you sell. There are other kinds of jobs, which I haven't done, but I have heard of, like data entry jobs or things like that. Again, I don't have a lot of experience with that, but what I do know is that now you're only getting paid when you work. Whereas a lot of these other businesses, things, you can actually be paid when you're not necessarily working. Affiliate mostly, not so much network marketing, maybe a little bit, but only as your team grows can you be paid when you're not working, typically. And then these online jobs. So again, an online job, if you were going to go specifically for a job, you have to go through an interview, you have to get hired, you have to get trained, like all that stuff. So it's all the same. There's a training or a learning curve in all of these, right? None of these things is just get rich quick, because that's really not even a thing. It's not a thing. I was listening to a guy from inside of our community, and he was talking about how someone was interviewing him about how he's made $70,000 in 100 days. And the guy said, "Oh my goodness, you're like an overnight success." And he goes, "You mean overnight success that took me 27 years?" He's been in sales and network marketing for 27 years. But again, his network marketing companies, he got to the top of 2 of them, and both of them changed their compensation plan. He lost a ton of money, or they just changed their values and their direction, and he wasn't in alignment with it anymore. So he just couldn't promote it. So both of them, he lost the income from. So he comes in with all of that knowledge, all of those skills that he learned in all those 27 years of sales and network marketing, and he applied it to what we have inside this community. Even though he says he started at the very beginning, he had to start at the very beginning with the trainings that we have. Even though he knew stuff, he's like, I'm going to start right at the beginning and I'm going to follow it. And he has actually made, like I say, a ton of money in a short amount of time, but it was not an overnight success. It took him 27 years to be able to make that $70K in 100 days. So don't get caught up in the shiny object of you can do this overnight. And some people do, don't get me wrong. Some people do make lots of money really quickly, but don't get frustrated if you aren't one of them, because there's a huge learning curve in any business, any job, anything. And you have to do the work and put the time in and get good at it before you actually see the reward. So, what do we talked about so far? We've talked about network marketing, and we've talked about affiliate marketing, and we've talked about getting an online job or having a sales job or something like that. So there's pros and cons to all of them. And the last one that I wanted to share with you is digital marketing. So this is the thing that I've been trying to achieve for many years. So this is fantastic because, now, don't get me wrong, not all digital marketing courses or programs or gurus are equal. There's some that are so much better than others. And so you want to be watching. If you're looking for a digital marketing company, you want to definitely have you want to have lots of training and mentoring. That should be included. I think it should be included because that's what we see, that the training and the mentoring is all included in the one price that you pay. There's nothing extra that you have to pay. So that means no monthly fees, which is amazing because I've never, ever, ever been in a business where there was no monthly fees. And that gets really stressful. You know, when you haven't made sales in a month or you haven't done whatever, and now you have these monthly expenses coming out of the money that you do have, which is now taking not only your time, but also your money away from your family and your kids. And so I love that this has no monthly cost, right? Your email is included, like your email automation. And if you don't know what that is, this whole thing, you can get trained on this whole thing, but everything is, your website's included, you pay a $29, one-time $29 fee for your website and your email automation. Amazing. I've never heard of that in my life. I've spent, like some companies, you're spending $97 a month just for your funnel, just for your website. Then you got to add your email, autoresponders, and all these things. It can get very, very expensive to run a business. That's why I love this one, because amazing training, amazing product, lots and lots of results, lots of wins inside of our community, and everything is basically done for you. You don't have to spend a ton of time on tech, figuring things out. You follow the videos, you plug a few things into your own system, and then you get that thing out there and it's working for you 24/7, right? So now you're going to drive people to look at that automation, get into that automation, and you're going to do that by attraction marketing, which just simply means that you're speaking to a certain kind of person and you're actually talking to them about their pains and their problems. And they come to you. They're like, hey, tell me more about that. I want to know about that. And so now you can actually make a full-time income with just 2 hours a day because there's a system that is working 24/7. Whereas in a lot of these other businesses or jobs, that is not the case. Or if it is, it doesn't always work as well as it should. So this is a proven system. This digital marketing program that we have is a proven system. It has generated millions of dollars since 2022 when this lady first started it. And the way that I see it is there's really no downside. The only downside would be is if you do not want to be on social media. If you really, because that's what she teaches, is that you go out onto social media, whatever platform you choose, and you attract people to come to you. And then from there, they're like, oh, wow, I want to go check out your link. So the only downside that I can see is if you really, really, truly will not show up on social media. And I mean, if that's where you're at, then I can't really help you with that. That's something you've got to figure out on your own. But yeah, it is a beautiful system with so much training. Like last week alone, we had 9 Zooms in 1 week. Now, you don't have to be on them, and they're not for everybody. But in order to get support, in order to get questions answers, in order to learn things, these people are just showing up 100% to teach us how to do the thing. And that's all for free. Like once you buy the program, that is all for free, which to me is just unheard of. I've never seen that before. And I've been messing around in this digital online space for a long time. And so these are the 4 that I could think of off the top of my head. There might be other ones, but I mean, they kind of probably all fall into one of these categories. So if you truly want to be home with your kids, you want to, be able to pour into them more than you're pouring into a boss at a job and building his or her business. Now you're going to do something for your family. You're going to improve your family. It's time to start. It really is truly time to start, because you know what I learned is that kids grow up so fast. They change, they grow up. We just don't have the same kind of time with them as they get older. And so I would just, from experience, now being an empty nester, my kids are all moved out and gone. I would just say time is the most important commodity that you have with your kids right now. So if there's a way that you can spend more time with them, you know, be there for them and raise them in the way that you want to raise them, raise healthy families, raise leaders, these kids that are going to, because this next generation, they're going to be leaders one day. And I believe that it's our job as parents to set them up for success, to show them how to live in a way that is rewarding, is fulfilling, is whatever. Like it's our job. We get to train them. We get to teach them how to do that. And on the flip side, if we don't, the world is going to teach them, but it might teach them something we don't want them to know. And you think about as adults, how hard is it to get past all the thoughts that are in our head, all the negative experiences that we've had, and have to try and be successful? What if we could have learned that stuff from our parents when we were growing up? And don't get me wrong, we're all still going to go through stuff, and our kids are going to go through stuff. But for me, and maybe I'm not speaking to you, but for me, it's like, if I know that I did the best that I could with my kids, and I taught them the things that are really going to help them be successful in relationships, in parenting, in business, in, finances, whatever, then I can just be like, whatever happens, I did the best that I could. And that's what I want for you, my friend. I want you to have that feeling that you did the best that you could. So again, if you're ready, just head on over to dailypaidblessings.com and grab the blueprint and check it out. If it's not for you, no big deal. You just unsubscribe from the email list. No harm, no foul. But if it is for you, it could radically change your life and the lives of your kids and your other family as well. So that's all I have for you today. Take care and God bless. See you next week. Have you been blessed by this episode? Has it touched you or inspired you or taught you something? If so, would you take 30 seconds, and write a written review? Not only does it warm our heart to hear from you, but it also lets us know that we're giving you what you need. And it also helps other people find the podcast that may need this kind of information as well. And remember, beloved, I wish above all things that you may prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers. Take care, my friend, and God bless.